Most professional woodworkers don't want you to know about this tool. This is a tool that most professionals know about and use on a daily basis, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So whenever I walk into another maker's workshop, or a maker or a friend comes into this workshop, what we gravitate towards is, the work table or the workbench, right? And we might take a drink or two or just sit down, relax, and talk. But a lot of times what I do and what my friends do is look around my workshop and look at the tools. And they usually start off with the things that are closest to the workbench, because those are the tools that people use the most. So what I have here is a chop saw, and on my chop saw station I have some clamps that are, attached permanently to it. I got these small Irwing quick grips, and as they keep on going, most of the time they'll stop and they look, because I have face clamps. So just to give you an idea, these over here, right, are what regular face clamps look like. This is, ironically enough, a vice grip design. So they're basically a pair of vice grips that you bring your workpiece, then you bring your clamps to your workpiece. Hopefully nothing falls apart, because you need two hands. And you adjust this until you can, close up the handle. You might need a couple of tries to be able to get this, and then your clamp is set. And then there's a lever to let everything go. Afterwards, you got to close this off. And then you put it on your wall, or you throw it in the deepest recess of your corner of your shop where you're never going to look at it again, because that's ridiculous. Who in their right minds would do that every single time they do something, when you can just pick up a quick clamp and just squeeze it, it's done. So what my friends do is they pick up this is a clamp, and they close it up, and it was on there and it's still tight. And then they take a piece of material. Okay, that didn't work out, did it? They take a piece of material and they close it up, and they're like, huh, that's interesting. And then they bring it to something a little bit thicker and they close it up, and they're like, that's pretty cool too. And they'll look at me, it's like, these are automatic. And I say, yeah. These are the Automaxx clamps by Kregg. So what differs from this one to your regular face clamp is that there's still an adjustment knob right over here that you adjust the pressure that you're going to be setting on your workpiece. So you set that, and then you get that pressure whenever your jaws starts closing up, which is pretty awesome. Super quick, super efficient. A lot quicker than using a clamp like this, an F clamp, or even your traditional, quick grips style handle clamps or pump action clamps. Pump it. So super easy, super efficient, and kind of the reason why it's right there. Because if I want to clamp something together, I can just go over here and boom, it's done. It's clamped. I can go ahead and use my two other hands to affix this more permanently with screws or whatever. Right? Another big difference between these clamps and other clamps that you might have in your shop is the size of the actual jaws themselves, or the teeth, or the mouth, or whatever. The pad right here. So if you look at the F clamp I have over here and compare it, I don't know if I can do this, there we go, and you compare it to the size of the one on my Automaxx clamps, you'll see that the Automaxx clamps has a lot bigger. So what I'll use these for is when I do clamp ups and I got two pieces of wood coming together, sometimes, most of the time, you might have one piece going, higher or lower or whatever. And what you happen is that you put these and you can clamp these down, and it's going to lock the two pieces where you need them, and then tighten up your pipe clamps. So that's one of the super useful things that these are used for. And unlike these F clamps, you can go out and reach a lot further into your workpiece and just clamp it down further in than your F clamps can. Now there's two of these. There's the 6-inch, and there's this one over here, which is a 3-inch clamp. I would probably tell you to go get the bigger one. I would recommend it because these small ones, they're nice, but useful, not really. I have one because the store, when I bought them, didn't have these. These were sold out. I wonder why. And they're pretty consistently sold out in stores even today, so they're hard to find. Another reason why pros have them and most amateurs don't, probably because when DIYers go into the store and they see this type of clamp, they automatically assume that it's this, and they're definitely not the same. So let's talk about disadvantages, because there are plenty of disadvantages on this. One of the major ones is the adjustment can be a little bit finicky, which is normal. These are clamps that when you close up, there's vibrations, there's stuff. This might turn around, wear and tear, whatever. These do need to be readjusted once in a while, probably every second or third job. So there's that. So you'll need to adjust them once in a while. Another thing is that if you have soft material, or you have to combine something that's a piece of wood that's further apart of it, then what will happen is that the clamp will not give you the pressure that you want. Now I just simulated that by putting my hand onto the lever side of the clamp. As you can see, the clamp is closed. It's closed. Right? It's closed. It's closed. I'm telling you, it's closed. And it's still open on this side because, that's something that happens. So that's one negative that happens with these types of clamps. Another thing is that there's no lever. So to open these up, there's a lever on the back of these that really do help out a whole lot when you're clamping heavy material. This doesn't have a lever. So to open up when it's clamped out really tightly, you really need to pry on this lever side of the handle. What I do is just take a screwdriver and just pop it open. But that's one of the downsides. Another thing is that if you open it up like this, and your hand is there, and this lever is attached pretty securely, this will whip out because you have all the tension from the clamp coming out on the lever. So your hand will get hit pretty darn hard. I never got any bruising, but I definitely felt it, like it's numb. I guess that's it for downsides because, and the material. These handles, not the greatest. They tend to crack and stuff. Now there are different style of clamps. There's a couple of makers of these style of clamps. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and buy their main competitors. I'm going to show you the differences. I don't have one of those over here. So I'm kind of interested in knowing what it is. So I'll let you guys know in a first look video in the future. If you like this video, go ahead and just leave a like. If you use these and have any comments about them, let me know in the description what your experiences is with this. If you never heard of these, let me know, because I'm telling you, these are my favorite clamps ever. And they will be yours if you grab one. And yeah, if you love this style of video, go ahead and, subscribe. I do make a lot of build videos. Most of the builds I do are cedar furniture for outdoors. That's what I usually build. And yeah, I guess see you next time.